buongiorno and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do a first impressions of the new Becca and Khloe and Malika collab. I definitely said that I was going to be buying this in one of my videos, and then I went to Ulta. I'm a few days late because I was out of town, but I'm interested to see how this works. I have not swatched it or played with it. Well, I swatched it in store, so we'll get to that, but for the most part I haven't put anything on my face. So let's go ahead and get into this first impressions, see if these shades show up on me. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this review. Please don't forget to subscribe, I really appreciate it, and let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so I have foundation on. I did a little bit of setting powder just like I normally would, and let's go ahead and go in with the bronzer first. So this is what she looks like. We'll do swatches and all that after, but I'm a little bit nervous that the bronzer is going to be too light for me. I did see Mel Thompson's video on it and it worked for her, but she's a lot paler than I am, so I'm kind of like, oh, I hope it's buildable, or else it's gonna be disappointing, because I did swatch the Malika one while I was in the store, and the bronzer looked like it would work better for me, and kind of the same thing, it sucks for people with darker skin tones because I don't feel like that's gonna work out unless this is extremely like a buildable bronzer. But the color range, I just felt like it could have been a little bit better, you know what I mean? Like, you can never tell until you swatch it, but, or put it on the face, but at first I was just like, is this gonna do the job? Because for 44 bucks, it needs to. But it is a gorgeous palette. Like, look how pretty this is. I love the layouts of these. I don't really like, I have the Becca and Chrissy Teigan one, which I'll do comparisons of as well, but I like the layout of this a little bit better. Just in general, I don't know. And these are ones I actually do take with me to travel on the rare occasions that I travel. I will take something like this with me to have a blush, a highlight, bronzer all in one, especially for like beach days or something like that. 'Cause I don't dunk my head underneath the water. I don't know. I've developed like a fear of water in the past few years where I'm just like, and my hair is super curly when I get in the water, so I don't ever go underneath unless we're doing something like snorkeling or something super exciting. I'm just like, nope, I don't want to feel like a drowned rat. I'm good. I don't want to have to dry my hair after this. Like, no. All right, so far, I mean, it's not bad. Like in person, I don't feel, I can't tell. It's there. Like, I feel like my face is definitely more warmed up than it was, but I still don't feel like this is as dark as I normally would go. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. I'm like sweating on my forehead, so sorry. I'm already like, it's hot in here, but I'm ready for summer. I'm done with winter. Once Christmas is over, we done. All right, so that is how the bronzer applies. I just use my JH, what is this? O2 brush. I mean, it works, but it's still, I don't know. I don't know if I like the shade. Like, I still don't know if I feel like it's deep enough for, especially like in the summertime when I do get a lot darker. I don't know if this is gonna work year round. You know what I mean? Like maybe for winter. I also feel like this reminds me of summer. I don't know why, but these palettes, like, they never scream winter to me. So I felt like that was kind of a weird release. All right, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. I tried to layer as much as I could, which I do think you can build it up more than I thought. Like, we will say it's better than I thought it was gonna be, but I feel like if you're any darker than I am, this is not going to work for you as far as the bronzer goes. Okay, so for the blush shades, you get two blushes in here. One is Fierce and one is Fabulosity. Let's do one on one side and one on the other, and that way we can see the true colors, and then I'll mix them, you know. So let's go in with this top shade first, which is Fierce. I don't know, guys, I don't know. I'm gonna tap that off. I'm not a huge blush person, so if these are light, I'm fine with like a wash of blush. That's how I feel about it. All right. I will say we were in Iowa. It was definitely not as cold as we thought it was going to be. And now that we're back here, I actually kind of miss Iowa. Like, it was nice outside. And I love the trees. I miss trees so much. Arizona just, it's all dead and brown. But it was a fun trip. Okay, so I don't mind this because I'm not a blush person, but it just really gives the cheeks like a nice, like almost like a glow, which I do like. I feel very J-Lo-ish vibes. But there's not really a color. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I don't really see the coral coming through, which it looks like coral in the pan. And I wouldn't say it's emphasizing texture, but it doesn't look the best. Like, I have this little area here that's just refuses to go away. I need to actually go and get that, like, I need to go get a facial and have them do something about these, because I cannot fix this situation. If you have suggestions, let me know. Alright, so on the other side, let's go with this, which I think this is going to show up way better on my skin, whereas I feel like this maybe is just more of like a blush topper rather than a pure on blush. Like, what do you guys feel about it? Almost looks like I brought my highlighter just all the way through my cheek, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's dip into that with a different brush. Whew. But yeah, I haven't bought Becca blushes, or I do love her normal bronzers, but yeah, the last palette I bought was the Chrissy Teigan one, and that's really it. So I know a lot of people were comparing this to like the light palette or something, but yeah, I don't have that to compare it to. So this one definitely has a little bit more color when I like turn my head, but from straight on, I don't know how I feel about this, you guys. Like, I just feel kind of shiny, not in an awful way, but just, I don't know if I have any like tones, you know what I mean? Like, so we're gonna mix the two. Maybe I just need to kind of scrape off the top a little bit. I don't know. But for someone that's really light on blush, I feel like I'm like digging in here and I'm like getting the tiniest bit of actual color compared to like a highlight. What do you guys think? And just know that like the lights definitely wash out the bronzer a little bit more. It's still not the best like bronzer, like shade wise. I don't know. I'm not disappointed, but I'm not in love. You know what I mean? Let's try out the highlight. That's gonna save this look. That's what I've decided. Alright, so obviously we're gonna dip into the first shade, which is the highlight shade. I'm gonna go on with a dry brush. The highlight was the one thing I swatched in the darker palette, and I was definitely like, okay, I can't use the highlight, but I still felt like I could maybe use the blushes. So I don't know, it's kind of like a toss-up as far as like which one I should use. Let me know if you guys picked this up and what skin tone you have and which one worked better for you, because I feel like half of this palette will work for me and then I need half of the other. That's what I need. Ooh, the highlight though is really pretty, and I didn't wet it. Okay, let's get the brush wet. I feel like we have to do that just to see. Okay, let's go back in. Just use some Max Fix Plus. The highlight's really nice. I really like this shade. It's a nice like light champagne. Not super unique. I mean, definitely one that you can find in other shades for sure. I don't think it's like anything like super unique, but I don't know. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that bronzer again, just through my crease. Just kind of tie everything in together, and then we'll do some swatches. I feel like complexion wise the Chrissy Teigan one works better for me, which I don't really get because I don't feel like Khloe is super pale either, you know, so I'm kind of like just lost. Okay, so for swatches I zoomed you in pretty close so you guys could really see. These are the highlight and then the blushes in order, and then let's go ahead and do the bronzer together. So there's one swipe of the bronzer. You can kind of see it, but not really. We're just gonna try to do a few layers on top. There we go. So that's with like 4 layers on top, and it's still just not deep enough for my skin tone. I feel like up close, it doesn't look bad. It's just preference-wise, I like something a little bit deeper. And then I feel really glowy. I just don't know how much I like it yet. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like close in, the glowiness kind of emphasizes texture in my skin, like right through here. So I don't know if I really like the blushes in general. I'm really just, the highlight's nice for me right now. That's what it is. And then I will compare the Chrissy Teigan one real quick too. Okay, so here are the two palettes next to each other. This is obviously the Chrissy Teigan one, and this is the Khloe one. And as far as like similar shades, this more has two highlights and then the one blush, but this is just better for my skin tone. I feel like it just fits it a lot better. Like you can tell by the bronzers, there's a big difference in far as tones. Like I'll do one swatch of the bronzer next to the Khloe one. So that was the bronzer on Khloe one, and then underneath we'll do the Chrissy Teigan. You guys can already see it's showing up so much better on my skin, and it's buildable. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm not horribly disappointed with it. It is $44. You get a nice mirror, you get the 4 shades, but I can't tell if I'm like, I love the shine, or if I'm more like, it's just really emphasizing texture wise. And I don't necessarily have like a whole body texture, so I can only imagine people that do have texture, how they would feel with this. And I feel like a lot of the reviews seem to really like it, but I just don't know. Like, I'm undecided on this one. I'm not completely like, meh, but I'm more like, I need to use this a few more times and then really make up my mind, because $44, that's not cheap, and it's a beautiful product. I'm not mad, but I don't know if it's for me. You know what I mean? So I got mine at Ulta. I don't think it's going to be released off Sephora until January-ish. So if you're looking to get it, go in, play with it in Sephora or at Ulta. That's where I picked mine up. And let me know your thoughts. Like, what do you guys think? And I feel like in the light, it's like the bronzer is doing something weird on my head, but I think that's more because I'm sweating. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you kind of agree with me, what you think about it, if you picked it up and you love it. I think if you have a little bit lighter of a skin tone, this is going to be great for you. I think you'll really like it, and maybe the colors will show up a little bit more. But I kind of feel like I should have gotten the Malika palette, but then at the same time I couldn't use all the shades in that either, so I'm split down the middle, you know? Anyways, that is it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll definitely get back to you guys.